Hi students, good morning to Vidyananga online classes. It's me Anukumar, your SS teacher. Today I would like to discuss one of the area from our last chapter, manufacturing industries. Last class we discussed about the type of the industries now in India. The remaining portion, the first one is chemical industries. Chemical industries is one of the fast growing industries now in India, and almost 3% of the GDP contributed to our India, and third largest industry is now Asia. In the case of the what our size, and 12th place in the what so in the term of the size now world. So that was important industries now in India is called chemical industries. So fast growing industries, and it has contributed almost 3% of the GDP to our India, and in the Asia it is the largest third one in Asia, and in the world in the case of the size we have a 12th place. And in these chemical industries, inorganic chemicals are produced widely. Inorganic materials or the chemicals called sulfuric acid, nitric acid, then alkalis, then soda ash, and caustic soda. These are the inorganic chemicals produced in the our chemical industries. Inorganic chemicals called sulfuric acid, nitric acid, alkalis, soda ash, and caustic soda. And organic chemicals also produced. Organic chemicals including the petrochemical chemicals, or petrochemicals used for manufacturing the synthetic fiber, synthetic rubber, plastic goods, the dyestuffs, the drugs and pharmaceutical goods. For producing all this one, we are using the petrochemical elements. That is called organic chemicals. And this petrochemical element or the plants are near locating the oil refineries. Near to oil refineries, this petrochemical manufacturing units are setting. And petrochemicals element is used for manufacturing the synthetic fiber, synthetic rubber, then plastic, then dye stuffs, then drugs and pharmaceutical goods. So that's about the chemical industries now in India. And next one is called fertilizer industries. Fertilizer industries, this one is centered around the production of the nitrogenous fertilizer and phosphatic fertilizer, and ammonium phosphate. These fertilizer industries very conducive one for the our agricultural expansion. So once again, fertilizer industry centered around the production of the nitrogenous fertilizer, then phosphatic fertilizer and ammonium phosphate. And in the third producer in the world in the case of the nitrogenous fertilizer, India is the third producer, largest producer of the nitrogenous fertilizer. Now in India we have 57 fertilizer units and 29 urea and 9 ammonium sulfate unit is located. So in this land of agriculture also, that is why for agriculture expansion, this fertilizer industry is most important manufacturing unit now in India. So India have the third producer of the nitrogenous fertilizer. Nitrogenous fertilizer are largely used by the farmers in their land. And we have the 57 fertilizer units, then 29 urea units and 9 ammonium sulfate units is located now in the different parts. And here now India among this unit 1 is located in the public sector, 1 is in the cooperative sector at the Hazira in Gujarat under the fertilizer corporation of the India. Among this fertilizer unit 1 is in the public sector and 1 is in the cooperative sector at Hazira in Gujarat under the fertilizer corporation of the India. At the time of the Green Revolution, the need of the chemical fertilizer that is increased widely. That is why after the Green Revolutions, these fertilizer industries are expanded widely in our India. So that's about the fertilizer industry. Then next we can discuss about the cement industry. We know cement is one of the most important element for the constructive field, for the construction of the houses, building and everyone. We are using the chemicals, especially in the cement element. So cement industries are expanded day to day. Why? Because that was important element for the constructive field. And this cement industry, the raw materials are very bulky and heavy like the limestone, silica, alumina and gypsum and coal and electric power apart from the rail transportation. So once again, cement industry is one of the most modern industries now in India. Raw materials are very bulky and heavy like the limestone, silica, aluminium, gypsum, coal and electric power apart from the rail transportation. And one plant is located in Gujarat. That is near to the sea, especially the harbor area, especially that is why in Gulf countries we can transport a very large quantity of the cements through this Gujarat plant. And the first cement plant is located in the Chennai in the year 1965. 1964. India first cement plant is located in the Chennai in the year 1964. At present in our India, we have the 128 cement plants and 332 mini cement plant is located in our India. Okay, and we have a good market in East Asia, Middle East, Africa, and South Asia. So once again, cement industry raw materials are very bulky and heavy like the limestone, silica, alumina, gypsum, and coal and electric power. Apart from the rail transportation, we are using this one cement industry. And plants are one plant is located in the Gujarat area. From this the Gujarat plants we are exporting the cement widely to the Gulf countries. And first cement plant is located in the Chennai in the year 1964. And at present we have 128 large plants and 332 mini plants. And in this cement have a good market in the East Asia, Middle East, then Africa and South Asia. So that's about the three most important manufacturing unit of the product industries in India. Chemical industry we discussed that, fertilizer industry we discussed that, and last one is called the cement industry. Okay, next our industry that now chapter manufacturing industries are the automobile industries. Automobile industry is one of the fastest growing industries now in India and provide vehicles to the entire parts of India and different countries. We are exporting the vehicle producing from our India. And after the liberalization process, the automobile industries are expanded very heavily. And demand of the automobile goods are increasing widely, and the different varieties of the models of the goods are familiar to Indian market. This impact of liberalizations in our automobile industries and foreign direct investment. They're also strengthening the new technology. They also welcome the new technology when they do not new technologies in our Indian market. So after the liberalization and foreign direct investment, this industries got very high boost, and many industries of the other countries are investing now India, starting their plant in different parts of our India. And in our India at present 15 manufacturings of the passenger cars and multi-utility vehicles is there. 15 manufacturing unit of the passenger car and multi-utility vehicles, and 9 commercial vehicles units, and 4 for 2 and 3 wheelers. So different parts, different area, the vehicles are producing widely, especially the automobile industry. So that's about the automobile industries in our India. Once again, provide vehicles to the what this industry to India, and liberalization and the foreign direct investment also give help to this expansion of this industry, and a new technology and varieties of the choice of the goods or vehicles are going to India, and 15 manufacturers of the passengers cars and multi-utility vehicles is there, and 9 commercial vehicles and 4 to 2 3 wheelers. So that's about the automobile industry. So next one is the IT and electronic industries. IT and electronic industry, especially electronic industries, transistor sets to the TV, telephones, then cellular, telegraph, then pages, then telephone, radars, computers. These are among including the telecommunication industry. It is producing these these tools and everything. In our India, Bangalore is the electronic capital of our India. Bangalore is commonly called electronic capital of our India. Other areas are the Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, and Coimbatore. And 2010 to 11 software technology parks are set in India. Almost 46 one is there. Among them, famous are the Bangalore, then Chennai, then Noida, then this area we have a software technology parks is there. Among 46 one is there. And this software technology parks provide high employment opportunities. And 30% of these employees are women area. Women are employed widely in the our especially the IT field, software technology parks and IT field. And foreign investment and foreign exchange also earning through this industry. So it's a great fast growing and contributing of our GDP. So once again, IT and electronic industry. producing the transistor sets to TV, telephone, then cellular, then telecom, then pages, then telephone, radars, computers. Telecommunication industries are very fast growing one also in our India. And Bangalore is one of the electronic capital of India. And others areas are the Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, and Coimbatore. 2010 to 11, the software technology parks are starting, almost 46 one is there. And women are employed widely in this sector. And it also providing high employment opportunities to the youth. And foreign exchange also earning to India. So that's much important one is the IT and electronic industries now India. Then next one is called industrial pollution. Next we can discuss about the industrial pollution and environmental degradation. Industrial pollution and environmental degradation. So due to the wide scale expansion of the industries, we have a lot of the damage to our environment. Especially we can say the air pollution is there. So air pollution how to happen because of the industrial expansion and its manufacturing units. Especially undesirable gases, commonly called sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide. There is also heavily emitted from these industries and it damage our environment and ecosystem and dust and smoke from these industries. And manufacturing unit also that cost for the air pollution is now India. And the chemical, paper, brick, then smelting plants, then fossil fuels. From all this manufacturing area, smokes are went. The smokes are polluted the air very heavily. And here the toxic gases sometimes leaking in some plants. Especially we have an example is the Bhopal gas tragedy. That was the industrial disasters because of the leakage of toxic gases commonly called methyl isocyanate. So once again, air pollution, undesirable gases commonly called sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and dust and smoke is especially released widely in the salt unit and caused for the air pollution. Then chemical, paper, bricks, then smelting plants and fossil fuels also evicted the smoke widely, and toxic gas leakages also sometimes caused disasters. Best example we have in Bhopal gas tragedy. So that's about the air pollution. Then water pollution. Water pollution. This manufacturing is also damaged the water purity and caused for the water pollution. A large scale affluent, industrial affluent discharge into these rivers without the proper treatment. And here the main culprits are the paper, pulp, then chemicals, petroleum refineries, plastic and fertilizer one. And fly ash, then phosphorus and gypsum and iron and steel slags are another solid waste in our India. So once again, affluents are widely discharged into the water, our rivers without the proper discharge of this water treatment one. And the main culprits are the paper, pulp, chemical, petroleum refineries, then plastic fertilizer, then fly ash, then phosphorus gypsum and iron and steel slags. These are the solid wastes are went into the rivers and thus causing for the our water pollution. So these are the two types of the pollutions: air pollution and water pollution. Okay. In thermal pollution, the hot water that is released from the factories, thermal plants directly into the rivers and ponds before the cooling. That is affect the ecosystem in our rivers and our ponds and other species living in the water, our aquatic species in our rivers and ponds. So the hot water directly released into the from factories to the thermal plants to the rivers, ponds before the cooling. And this high temperature of the hot water that is affecting the temperature of the water rivers and our ponds. It is affecting the aquatic species in the rivers and ponds. The next, the wastes are coming from the nuclear power plants, then weapon productions and causes the cancers, birth defects and miscarriages. So the wastes from the nuclear power plants, then weapon productions, that is nuclear productions, that is causes the cancers, birth defects and miscarriages. And this affluents also went to the soil. That's also created some soil pollution, and it is percolating to the rainwater to the our groundwater. Groundwater purity is also affecting by this thermal pollution. So that's about the thermal pollution. So causing for the soil pollution, and through rainwater, this affluents are reaching to the groundwater, and groundwater also polluted due to the thermal pollution. The next type of pollution, last one, is called noise pollution. Noise pollution, the creating the hearing impairment, then increased heart rate, then blood pressure and psychological effect. So these Noise pollution went from the factories, industrial areas, and other areas. So, industrial and the construction activities causing for the our noise pollution widely. And machineries also producing that much heavy sound, and generators and electric drill source irritation and pneumatic. So that is everything is causing for the what our noise pollution, especially the industrial and construction site, then machineries, then generators and electric drill and source and pneumatic elements also causing for the noise pollution. Okay. Then next to last area we can discuss about the control of environmental degradation. Control, how to control the environmental pollution. So, the control of the what? Environmental degradation measures. First one, from factories and industries, there is polluting widely our environment. So, overcome that one, water processing and reusing and recycling is the best method. Water processing properly from industrial area, then reusing and recycling. And rainwater harvesting is another method to storage the water. Then treating of the hot water and effluents before the releasing to the ponds and rivers. Treating hot water and other effluents from the factories before releasing. So treating of the hot water properly, and it is cooling, need to cooling before releasing the water or ponds and rivers. And fitting the small stacks to the factories. Fitting the smog stacks to the factories and control the our air pollution. And smog can be reduced by using oil or the gas instead of the coal. Instead of coal in the factories and everything, we need to use the oil and gas. That's maximizing the smog. And generators should be fitted with the silencers, controlling the noise pollution. Generators should be fitted with the silencers. Generators should be fitted with the silencers, so we can control the noise pollution. And machineries can be redesigned and to increase the efficiency and to reduce the noise. Machineries can be redesigned and updated and increase the efficiency and reduce the noise pollution. Now India National Thermal Corporation (NTPC), National Thermal Corporation suggested some methods to how to control the pollution. First one, adopting the latest techniques and upgrading it. So we can control the pollution. Adopting the latest techniques and technology and upgrading it. And so we can control the pollution. And minimizing the waste generation. Minimizing the waste generation. And ash pond management, ash water recycling, liquid waste management. Other method. Ash pond management, ash water recycling, liquid waste management is another method to control the pollution. And ecological monitoring conducted. How to ecological monitoring means monitoring the ecology and how the ecosystem affecting this industrial pollution. So monitoring should be there, and providing the green belt region and control maximum and protecting that area. So that's about the National Thermal Corporation and NTPC, their suggestion to control our environmental pollution. So this area, I think that you're discussing the biology and physics and other area. So you can write your own way. So that's about our chapter. I think that it's very clear. And if you have any doubt about this model, you can ask me through WhatsApp and text message. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.